If you think back to your childhood, when life was not quite as chaotic, you may remember staring up at the sky filled with a carpet of stars. When you live in a small town, you can experience that anytime. Grant Wood, the popular artist of American Gothic and Anamosa native, once said, "I had to go to France to appreciate Iowa."
If you're looking for a place to practice medicine in a small town environment where you can really have an impact on a patient's life, then I think this is the place to do it. We are small, so it has a real family feel to it.
The culture here is very patient-oriented, patient-focused. You really have time here to spend time with the patients.
I don't know if I know what the best thing is. Is it the people? Is it the new facility? Is it the growth? Is it, the community we serve?
I've always felt that the Jones Regional Medical Center is really at the heart of Jones County. I think a lot of things revolve around it. It's our jewel. It's something that we're all very, very, very proud of.
It's a source of pride for our community. We built the hospital, we expanded the hospital, and we are proud of the hospital.
I've never been a part of a fundraiser where they set a goal and they end up raising 3 times as much money. And we're talking about millions of dollars, not only for the original building, but now for the addition.
As opposed to a lot of small hospitals, they tend to be retracting. Jones Regional is headed quite the opposite direction. We're very, very strong from a financial and a volume perspective, and that really gives us a lot of strength to do the things we want to do.
And we're all extremely proud too from the standpoint that, first of all, it started off as one of the 40 fastest growing medical centers in the whole United States. Impressive for a little hospital in Anamosa, Iowa. And then secondly, this year when it came along, and it's one of the 100 best hospitals in the United States. And one of the beauties is, I love the emergency room. It's just so well respected. And you go to the website and you'll see 1 minute wait time. So being with Camp Courageous, in a year we serve 7,000 people with special needs. We have a great medical staff here of registered nurses on duty 24 hours a day. But there's nothing more reassuring to a parent to know that there's top-notch medical facilities within 10 minutes of the camp.
The culture at Jones Regional really emphasizes teamwork. We know each other, we work together, we count on each other, we respect each other, and we also know that we're taking care of our neighbors, and so we tend to be very involved in their care and get to know them and their families.
I think in the larger hospitals, it's easier for the patient to kind of get lost. We have a very personal touch. You're treated like family, and I think that's a big difference.
I wanted to be able to practice where I could have a broader scope of things that I did. I found that those opportunities were very readily available coming to the smaller setting, and I liked the idea that I could mold my practice to the way I wanted it to be.
The physicians in the administration have a great working relationship, and I'd be proud to call them my friends. And the CEO has an open door policy. I feel very comfortable calling him or going to him with any problems I have.
We really try then with the physicians to develop that real family feel. We are small. You will know all the staff. You will know about their kids. You'll know about their family and what they do in their off time. And I think that's the wonderful part about being here.
They are not just employees here, they are community members here.
Well, one of the great things here is that when you work in the emergency department, you work your shifts and then you're not on call, which is great for people who want to have, a great life outside of medicine. We also have a very flexible schedule, so we don't have a standard rotation. So if you wanted to work all your shifts in the first half of the month and take the second half of the month off, it's easy to do as long as it works out with everybody else's vacation schedule.
One of the nice things about being here in Anamosa is that it's real close to my home. It's a 10-minute drive. I'm in the door at work and doing what I do.
One of the reasons we moved here 35 years ago, it wasn't because of the job, but it was because of the community.
I'd say Anamosa is an ideal place to raise your family. We have good schools, we have a hospital within 5 minutes of anybody in Anamosa, and the library and the community center and all the things, and you feel like your kids are safe.
I think the best part about living and growing up and raising a family in a small town is just the small town atmosphere. And just the whole thing where you know your neighbors.
The community feel
of Anamosa, Jones County, Eastern Iowa probably in general. It's such a positive place to raise a family. We have very strong school systems here in Jones County.
I always think the more people who know my kids, who are watching out for my kids, who are guiding my kids, it's better for us as a family. And I think there's some accountability with a small town. If I sit down with the teachers, I can tell that they know my children. In a bigger school district, we would not have that.
The community has many recreational opportunities, so you don't have to go a long ways from here to find things to do. For example, I like to run at the Wapsie Park. We've also gone to the Makokata Cave State Park, which is nearby, so there's hiking there and exploration you can do. There's the river that you can boat on, there's Central Park. We're close to Coralville Reservoir, so you can go down there and go boating, skiing, so you don't have to drive hours away for those fun recreational activities. So even if you work 2 days in a row and then you have 2 days off, you don't have to travel a long distance to find fun things to do.
We end up spending a lot more time in Jones County than we probably anticipated we might. Sure, there are opportunities to do more cultural things in Iowa City at the university or in Chicago or in Minneapolis, which are a short drive away, and we do that occasionally. But our typical weekend is spent somewhere in Jones County at one of the locally owned restaurants or parks or kids' activities, just doing the things that we as a family enjoy doing together. My experience here has more than met my expectations.
Life is good in Jones County.
Anamosa is a great town.
And we welcome you.
If you're really looking for a great place to live and to practice, I think you really need to give Jones County a hard look.
Our family has loved living in Jones County the last 35 years, and I hope you'll consider living here too.
So if we've piqued your interest today and you want to become a physician in a small community where you're part of a vibrant, growing medical center who really takes care of the patient and keeps the patient at the center, yet also has the resources of a system to help provide the top-notch patient care that we all want to provide, I encourage you to contact our recruiters and come out and see us and learn a little bit more about Jones Regional Medical Center. It's a decision you won't regret.